Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down 5 things of what not to do when planning a Universal Orlando vacation. And we all know that there's so much that goes into planning the perfect Universal vacation, and that's why we wanted to just continue to create videos to help you be as prepared as possible. Just break down, hey, these are some of the most common mistakes that we see when we finally get that call from clients who are looking for a little additional help planning their vacation. So I'm really excited for this video. I do hope that you find this video helpful. Let's go get started. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we're about to break down what not to do when planning a Universal vacation. I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I'll say in this video is kind of like an oxymoron, just the way I'm trying to explain it. But overall, these are just some of the most common mistakes that we see from our clients when we're helping them plan their vacation. Some of the most common, kind of obstacles that we help them get over. So if you are planning a Universal Orlando vacation, you're going to want to stick around till the end of this video as we are going to break down everything in a little bit of detail. So starting out with number 1, and we would say don't feel that staying on site is out of your budget. And guests would be pleasantly surprised to know that Universal has a hotel for every size and budget. Now, specifically from a price and from a savings standpoint, we would recommend the Endless Summer Surfside and Dockside, which starts at $90 per night. And then another benefit of staying at a Universal Orlando hotel is all of the added benefits that comes now from staying at an official Universal hotel. And some of those benefits include the free transportation to the parks via the shuttle bus, walking taxi, or walking paths. And then the other cool thing about the transportation is that it does line up with the park hours. So it's not, kind of at the hotel's time schedule. This is like official Universal. So you'll make sure that you are on time if you're trying to take advantage for the next benefit, which is, of course, early park admission. And then not only that, but you will have helpful customer service, guest services at Universal hotels who are familiar with the product and different ways to help you get the most out of your vacation. And then delivery services are back. So if you're shopping in the parks, you can have your merchandise sent directly back to your hotel. And then another cool thing is you don't have to waste money on Ubers or renting a car if you do stay in an official Universal Orlando hotel. So that is number 1. We would say explore all your benefits. Don't just assume that, hey, it's because it's official Universal, it might be out of my budget. There is a budget for everyone, like we said, and the Universal Orlando hotels have some amazing budget-friendly suites which can fit up to 6 people. So you could see that this could get really, really affordable. Okay, so that's number 1. Moving over to number 2 of what not to do when planning a Universal vacation. And we would say don't just purchase the Express Pass because someone told you that you have to. So there's a couple things that we want to take a look at here. But first and foremost, we get this question a lot. Mike, do I need the Express Pass? I heard I have to buy the Express Pass. My question and what I would recommend is do a little research and come up with a game plan from a ride standpoint, right? Because a lot of times families will look at the list of rides that they're trying to go on and they'll realize like, hey, we're going to Universal for 2 days. Like we could definitely get everything in within 2 days. Like we don't need the Express Pass. The other important thing to look at as well is, getting back to don't sleep on the official Universal Orlando hotels is that with some of the premier resorts, you can get those Express Passes for free. So if you're, looking at it and instead of just going and doing like that impulse buy, right, explore all your options and maybe look at staying at one of the premier resorts. Like, yes, from a room standpoint, it will cost you a little bit more money. However, if you get the Express Passes for free, the numbers could work out. And then another important thing to keep in mind is, I'm jumping all over the place, but getting back to the ride list is there are 3 rides which are not included with the Express Pass, but they are included with early park admission. So again, if you are looking at the best way to get the most out of your day, you might realize that, staying at a Universal Orlando hotel or getting that early park admission will not only, it will help you in so many more ways that just buying the Express Pass alone won't, because Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure and then, of course, the Velocicoaster are not included with the Express Pass, but they are included with early park admission. And I have to be very, very clear, that is when Islands of Adventure is open for early admission. If Universal Studios Florida is open for early admission during the time of your visit, then, of course, that benefit might not outweigh itself. Okay, so moving over to number 3, and we would say don't stress out about making dining reservations. And we actually just did a Disney dining video that we're getting ready to release about the best sit-down restaurants at Walt Disney World, and all of them you need to make your Disney dining reservation 60 days in advance. However, we would say that one of the coolest things about Universal compared to Disney is how much more laid back a Universal vacation can be. And like we said, if you are a Disney fan and if you're planning an Orlando trip and you're now doing both the Disney and Universal, you'll know that you'll understand the stress of making those Disney dining reservations. And most of the time, you can't even get into the places that you want to eat. And we would say Universal is the exact opposite, with the exception of 2 restaurants, which is Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium, which my staff loves, and then Mythos, which is in Islands of Adventure. And Mythos has been rated, the #1 theme park restaurant in the world for a very, very long time. But besides that, we would say that you could pretty much make a lot of the reservations, going into your 30 days out or a week or 2 out and still get the reservations. The other thing too is that you don't have to do it through the official Universal Orlando app. It's all done through the very, very common apps, which I think the most popular one is Resy. The other thing I would say too is that the food at Universal, just in general, is not as good as over at Disney. So just understand that going in, and just understand hey, the top priorities really should be getting on the most popular thrill rides and all that good stuff. Yes, of course, they do have some good restaurants, but with that being said, I would just make sure to keep expectations in line, don't stress out about it, and just kind of go in knowing all the facts. Okay, so number 4 of things not to do when planning a Universal Orlando trip, and we would say don't skip the My Universal photo ops, and don't skip the unlimited refillable Universal Orlando cups. Now, kind of talking about Disney again, Disney has the very, very popular Disney Memory Maker, but we would say that on the flip side, I think the most important thing, and one of the reasons why families really, really enjoy the photo packages, is because you get to take those memories home with you, and you get to take all of the memories home with you wherever there are photos available, right? So that's why we're saying don't sleep on the My Universal photo package, because we feel it's still a great option for families to do exactly what we just said and take those memories home with you. So the other thing is there's not as many fun photo spots with real life photographers in Universal, but there are a lot of ride photos included in the package. And then of course the My Universal Photos has instant download, which makes it easy to share with family and friends. The other thing we did want to mention is if you are big into trying to budget and make sure you get the most out of your trip, is don't sleep on the unlimited refillable Universal Orlando cups that they have in the parks. And kind of just like it sounds, for a flat fee, you'll be able to buy a cup and then you can refill it throughout your trip for free, essentially. And that's going to include, the typical water, soda, stuff like that. It does not include alcoholic beverages, but that's a great way. Again, when you go on vacation, if you do enjoy, Coca-Cola, Sprite, stuff like that, you're going to want to be sure to go and check out the unlimited refillable Universal cup, because it will save you a couple bucks. And number 5 of things not to do at Universal Orlando, and we would say just kind of pick a random time of year to come and visit. Now, this is so important for a couple different reasons, but specifically there are so many events that happen at Universal, and we want to make sure that you're aware of them and that you do get a chance to take advantage of them, especially if, let's say, Halloween Horror Nights or Halloween is one of your favorite times of year. You're definitely going to want to check out that event. And the same thing with Christmas. A lot of folks don't know that Universal does have a lot of really, really cool stuff going on during Christmas, from a decoration standpoint, from a Grinchmas standpoint, right? And the other cool thing about Christmas is it's included in your ticket. They're just celebrating pretty much throughout the day, right? So those are some things that you want to be aware of. And if that sounds like fun to you, because I love the holidays, I love the fall, I love everything about just the holiday, the events going on, right? So I love that time of year, and I want to make sure that guests know that there is that stuff going on, and that it is important to give some thought to what time of year you want to visit. Also from a crowd standpoint, right? You might realize that, hey, we've been going every year in the middle of July, but if we just wait a couple weeks, and if we go in the beginning of September, if we go in January, February, the crowds are just a little bit better. So we would just say give some thought to that. We do feel like it is important. And in the day and age we live in, there are so many things out there that can help you. Specifically over at the Park Prodigy, we do have an Orlando crowd calendar that can help you pick the slower times of year, or kind of pinpoint when those events are going on at Universal Orlando. And overall, we are just trying to make sure that you do get the most out of your next Universal Orlando vacation. And that is the list, guys, from 1 down to 5. Those are the things not to do when planning a Universal Orlando trip. We probably could have made this list a lot longer, but I'm sure we'll continue to do videos like this. And if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando vacation and you do need some more videos like this, just be sure to go subscribe to our channel, as we do have a lot more content, similar content coming out in the coming weeks. And thank you all so much for the support on YouTube over these past couple of months. And like I said, I do hope that you found this video helpful. I think that's all the time we have for today. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.